Hello guys, welcome to Adoriva. In today's video, we are going to look about what is 5G in India and how Indian networks operators are preparing for 5G. Before all that, if you want to get videos as such, then click on the subscribe button and also press on the bell icon beside it so that you don't miss out on the future videos. Now let's move into the video. India's mobile networks are racing to be the first to roll out 5G services with support from partners around the world. Mobile networks have seen a major transformation since the launch of the first generation mobile services, which were capable of transmitting only voice calls. The current generation of mobile networks, that is 4th generation or 4G, is adept in handling higher data speeds required for multimedia streaming besides providing basic network operations like voice calls, messages, and web browsing. However, with the changing connectivity needs, rising mobile data traffic, and a new category of connected ecosystem products, there is a new for yet newer generation of mobile network that can provide even higher data speeds at low latency and enhanced throughput to handle more simultaneous connections without causing disruptions. And this is exactly what 5G telephony is all about. As the name suggests, 5G is the fifth generation cellular network technology. It is designed to improve network connections by addressing the legacy issues of speed, latency, and utility, which the earlier generations and the current generations of mobile networks could not address. 5G is promised to deliver data speed at a rate 100 times faster than 4G networks. Importantly, it is designed to transmit data almost instantly with a network latency of less than 10 milliseconds. It will also have an enhanced throughput to handle more simultaneous connections at a time than current generation networks. With 5G, you will see exponentially faster download and upload speeds. Latency or the time it takes devices to communicate with wireless networks will also drastically decrease. Now, we'll see how does 5G work or what spectrum will 5G use in India. Network operators around the world will deliver 5G service in a number of frequency bands. Under 1 GHz, offering long range but lower speeds. Mid-band up to 6 GHz, offering similar range to 4G but at higher speeds. And so-called millimeter wave offering the very high speeds in frequency bands at 20 GHz or higher. Governments control the rights to use these frequencies and typically auction them to the highest bidders. In India, only low and mid-band frequencies are available for 5G for now. The Telecom Regulatory Authority of India (TRAI) has recommended that spectrum be made available for 5G services is at 3300 to 3400 MHz and 3425 to 3600 MHz bands. The Indian government had planned to auction 5G spectrum in the second quarter of 2020. But although there has been no official announcement, the auctions for these frequency bands are now expected to be held next year. Here's a general rundown about how fast is 5G. Peak data rate. 5G will offer significantly faster data speeds. Peak data rates can hit 20 Gbps download link and 10 Gbps upload link per mobile base station. Mind you, that's not the speed you had experienced with 5G. Unless you have a dedicated connection, it's the speed shared by all the users on the cell. Real world speeds. While the peak data rates for 5G sound pretty impressive, actual speeds won't be the same. The spec calls for user download speeds of 100 Mbps and upload speeds of 50 Mbps. Latency. The time it takes data to travel from one point to another should be at 4 milliseconds in ideal circumstances and at 1 millisecond for use cases that demand the utmost speed. Think remote surgeries, for instance. Efficiency. Radio interfaces should be energy efficient when in use and drop into low energy mode when not in use. Ideally, a radio should be able to switch into a low energy state within 10 milliseconds when no longer in use. Spectral efficiency. The optimized use of spectrum or bandwidth so that the maximum amount of data can be transmitted with the fewest transmission errors. 5G should have a slightly improved spectral efficiency over LTE, coming in at 30 bits per hertz downlink and 15 bits per hertz uplink. Mobility. With 5G, base stations should support movement from 0 to 310 mph. This means the base station should work across a range of antenna movements even on a higher speed train. While it's easily done on LTE networks, such mobility can be challenged on new millimeter wave networks. Connection density. 5G should be able to support many more connected devices than LTE. The standard states 5G should be able to support 1 million connected devices per square kilometer. That's a huge number, which takes into the account of slew of devices that will power off Internet of Things IoT. What can 5G do? It can improve broadband, autonomous vehicles, public safety and infrastructure, remote device control, healthcare, and IoT applications. How are Indian operators preparing for 5G? 5G phones are already available in India, but building the 5G networks they will work with is going on to take time. The network operators must test the technology, acquire the necessary radio spectrum from India's government in an auction, then invest in and build out the network infrastructure before they are ready to offer the service. To explore how 5G networks will perform in the real world and to gain experience in building and operating them, India's network operators have applied to the government for permission to conduct field trials and selected one or more equipment vendors with which to collaborate. They are also enhancing their network cores to prepare for the additional traffic loads that 5G radio interfaces will carry. Reliance Jio launched its 4G service in 2016, skipping over the 2G and 3G technologies offered by the rivals Airtel, Vodafone Idea, and BSNL. Now it's counting on its modern network infrastructure to make it one of the first to offer 5G service. Strategy head Anshuman Thakur said in September 2019 that Jio has the network and backhaul in place, needing only to invest in spectrum and equipment. Jio is also the only operator with an all IP network, an important requirement for launching 5G services. It will conduct 5G trials with Samsung, the supplier of its 4G network, and has it said will extend its partnerships for 5G trials to include Huawei, Ericsson and Nokia. In July 2020, Google said it would invest rupees 33,737 crores, that is 4.5 billion USD dollars, in Jio to support the operator's upgrade. Jio also has support from Qualcomm and Intel for its 5G plan. The latter two are Jio's hardware enablers. Chipmaker Qualcomm is exported to offer deep technology, know-how, and insights to drive the 5G vision. Intel has advanced edge computing offering across processors, and access to this technology can help Jio pace the 5G rollout. Google and Jio have to come to a commercial agreement where they would work together on an entry-level Android smartphone with 4G and possibly 5G capabilities. Jio has designed its end-to-end 5G solutions from scratch using homegrown technologies, while it hasn't given out details of its 5G solution. It expects to position itself to be an exporter of 5G systems as complete managed services in the near future. Airtel has said it will work with Huawei, ZTE, Ericsson, and Nokia on its trials. It has deployed 100 hops of 5G technology transmission equipment supplied by Huawei, improving its backhaul capacity by a factor of 4, and has struck deals with Cisco and Ericsson to speed up its core network in readiness for 5G service. Vodafone Idea will conduct its trials with Huawei, ZTE, Ericsson, and Nokia, and is also using 5G AI technology from Huawei to boost the capabilities of its 4G network. When will 5G services be available in India? For Indians to benefit from 5G services, they need to access to 5G enabled phones or other devices, and the network operators need 5G radio spectrum and 5G network equipment. While 5G phones are already available in India from Realme and iQOO, both Chinese owned the 5G spectrum and the networks are going to take time. Rajan Matthews, Director General of the Cellular Operators Association of India, has also said he expects the high price and limited availability of radio spectrum will delay 5G rollout in India another 5 years. The association asked TRAI to reconsider the prices, but the authority stood its ground. 5G networks were once expected to be launched in India by late 2020 or early 2021, but it's now highly unlikely that this could happen before mid-2021. Even if a date is soon set to auction the spectrum and the telecos quickly find the money to buy it, they still need to perform a lot of tests before launching commercial service. Ericsson, a network equipment vendor based in Sweden, has said 5G service is likely to be available in India only from 2022. That's all for the video. Thank you guys for showing your support on my previous videos, and please do show your support on my upcoming videos too. Please stay tuned for the next video too. Thank you.